bring the booster tank and tanks up to flight pressure, getting everything ready for launch this evening. We just heard from the range officer that the range is green and ready to move forward.
The range is green. That is a big step moving forward. Everything's clear. Basically mean there is no nothing to impede launch, nothing out there in the water, nothing out there in the air. T-minus 30 seconds as we count down to the liftoff of an Atlas V rocket.
25.
Status check.
Go Atlas.
Go Boost Centaur.
Go Solar Orbiter.
There you heard the final status check for Booster Centaur and the spacecraft. Everything is go.
And so here we go. T-minus 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. And liftoff of our solar orbiter and international collaboration to give us new images and a better understanding of our life-giving star. Listening now, you hear the voice of Patrick Moore, ULA's launch commentator.
Now 25 seconds into flight. Chamber pressure on the SRB looks good. Engine operating parameters on the RD-180 also look good.
Good report so far. Atlas V beginning to pitch
35 seconds in, vehicle is completing the pitch over maneuver. Now 41 seconds into flight.
45 seconds into flight, everything is looking good.
We heard that the RD-180 engine was operational.
RD-180 throttling down slightly as expected, and engine response looks good.
I'm going to pull those engines down for just a little bit as we anticipate max Q.
Is now supersonic. Vehicle's now passing through max Q, maximum dynamic pressure.
At maximum dynamic pressure is the period of maximum mechanical stress on the rocket because it's reached its highest velocity and resistance created by the Earth's atmosphere.
Back up to full thrust as expected.
Made it through and they're throttling back up.
And standing by for SRB burnout. And we have burnout on the solid rocket booster. Atlas will hold on to the SRB for an additional 47 seconds prior to jettison.
They're going to let that thing go at 2 minutes and 19 seconds.
Now 1 minute 45 seconds into flight. RD-180 continues to perform well at full thrust. Pump speeds and injector pressures look good.
All right, stand by now for booster jettison.
And now coming up on 2 minutes into flight, the solid rocket booster levels.
Flying at over 5,000 miles per hour.
Now 3 minutes into flight, approximately 1 minute remaining until BECO.
And he's talking about main engine cutoff, 1 minute.
RD-180 continues to look good. At pump speeds and injector pressures look good. 3 minutes, 15 seconds in.
All right, about to cut that booster.
Vehicle body rates look stable.
Seconds.
Now 3 minutes, 30 seconds in. RD-180 now throttling to maintain a constant 5G acceleration limit. Engine response looks. And we have BECO booster engine cutoff, standing by for stage
Atlas Centaur separation.
And we have good indication of Atlas Centaur separation. We have pre-start on the RL-10, standing by for ignition.
Next major milestone is the payload fairing. When that comes off,
we have ignition and full thrust on the RL-10. Chamber pressure looks good. Body rates look good.
That payload fairing
and we have good indication of payload fairing jettison.
Right now.
This first burn of today's mission will last approximately 8 minutes.
And you can see in that representation how it is maneuvering to get into that position, just a few seconds away from that separation now. In fact, just less than a minute. The Centaur continues to perform well, and it is positioning itself at this very moment. What's the actual mechanical procedure that takes place in order for this spacecraft?
The erection control system continues to fire at a 50% duty cycle to keep that vehicle stable and where it needs to be to separate spacecraft SEP. We want to null all the body rates out so that we can make sure that we get good separation and no tip-off.
Just a few seconds away from separation, you're about to see some celebration here at the various control rooms across the Cape and across the country.
The Solar Orbiter spacecraft.
So we've just heard from Patrick Moore.
There
Good indication of separation. That is a huge milestone for the Solar Orbiter team. Daryl, as you see in the ASOC there, they are celebrating.
Yeah, and they were celebrating here in the Mission Directors Center as well. You can see some hugs and handshakes going around. This is, of course, a big mission for ULA, especially given the collaboration that took place. You're talking about 22 different countries that were involved in this spacecraft, the Solar Orbiter. We're talking about a decade or more